Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, we're going to talk about this 50 Cent Rick Ross situation, man. So 50 Cent and Rick Ross, they've been going back and forth since 2009. They've been in that beef. Now, before we get into the specifics of what's been going on lately, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's get it. All right, so these two have been beefing back and forth since way back in 2009, man. So 50 Cent, man, what is that? 11 years? About to be 12 years now or something like that? Man, these two, man, you would think they would put this thing to bed. This is ridiculous. But they both got lawsuits against each other, or somebody closely related to them have lawsuits against each other. They've both said some really disrespectful stuff. People have tussled in the streets. So this ain't going nowhere. Now, man, this is the gist of it. So 50 Cent, he basically made a lawsuit for $2 million against Rick Ross in 2015. Now, originally, he lost this lawsuit. Now, the lawsuit was all about Rick Ross using the beat for In the Club on a mixtape. And 50 Cent said this was infringing on his copyright. Now, 50 Cent, I will say this. He stays in the court, man. He is always suing somebody, or somebody is always suing him. I think he even had, correct me if I'm wrong, like a lawsuit against Taco Bell or something like that in one, because they used like an image that looked like his image. Man, dude be on it, man. He really, really is on it, man. Like with his bankruptcy thing, I knew he was doing something to maybe kill some debt or something like that, but he was making some breathing room because he was getting too many lawsuits at one time. At least that's what it seemed like on the outside looking in. Now, this 2015 lawsuit, he actually lost that joint, man. So they went back and they appealed it, I think like in 2017 or 2018. And then they've done another round of appeals and he lost that again. So Rick Ross celebrated. He said, forget this, man. Since this dude keeps trying to bring this lawsuit up and he keeps losing his appeals, you know, I'm about to celebrate, man, because it's obvious and clear that he is not going to win this lawsuit. Now, simultaneously, Rick Ross's baby mom, Lavanya Levins, she has a lawsuit that she won against 50 Cent. And it was for the total of $7 million for some material that he released about her and a boyfriend that you could probably read the story somewhere else on the internet. You know, we're going to keep it funky. But, man, Rick Ross took to social media and said, forget this, man. I'm about to clown. So he took to social media and made a pretty funny video, man. He had the internet roasting, man, or rolling, I should say, because he was just making fun of the fact that he had to win the lawsuit again. And he says in the video, you'll see here, he says that on the part that he talks about this, I really can't show because it's some music and there's copyright issues with that. But he says that basically he'll buy the rights to Lloyd Banks, 50 Cent's artist, just because one of his friends likes him, for $5,000. Because he said he believes that 50 Cent doesn't have the money because he keeps trying with this lawsuit.
Lloyd Banks right now. One of my homies just said he never really stopped being a Lloyd Banks fan. So I said, look, I hit the blunts once. I came up with a dope title for Lloyd Banks' next LP or EP, Victim of Circumstance.
So, as you can see in the video, man, Rick Ross is really going in on Lloyd Banks. I don't know why. It's not like Lloyd Banks and him had the beef, but I guess if you got beef with the G-Unit camp, you might as well go at everybody, man. So this beef has had a lot of funny moments in it, man. You had 50 Cent. He used to have a whole character he created, directed towards Rick Ross. A lot of mixtape tracks and stuff that have been dissing each other. And Rick Ross, he just felt like rubbing it in, I guess, man. So he came out with that video this weekend. And in that video, you see he's talking a lot about Lloyd Banks. He's basically telling him he's a victim of circumstance, saying his career is over, basically, because of who he aligned with in his career. And, man, Lloyd Banks, I guess everybody was hitting him up and letting him know what was being said. And he clapped back on social media and basically said this right here. Now, it seems like Lloyd Banks is taking the high road, because he kept it short and simple. He said this verbatim: I'll never join the circus, so don't expect it from me. Peace and love. He didn't say anything about Rick Ross directly. He didn't clown Rick Ross or anything like that. It seems like he just wants to be out of it. Now, this is an interesting situation because Lloyd Banks was super hot. I'm talking about hot as fish grease, man, when he was out. He was winning mixtape awards, platinum albums, the whole nine, man. And dude just kind of disappeared. It wasn't even like he was failing or anything like that. It was just he dropped Beamer, Benz, and Bentley, and that was a hit. I don't know why he couldn't capitalize and keep going. But it seemed like when G-Unit started to go down, man, it went down on the music side very fast. Luckily for 50, 50 had music, he had movies, and he had TV shows and a hit TV show on a new network called Starz. And he basically brought everybody to Starz because the show was such a big hit. And now people have Starz because of that. And then he's got spinoffs of that coming. So, I mean, he's a very successful dude, man. You would think that him and Rick Ross could come to an understanding where they just stop all this petty shenanigans. Now, with 50 Cent in his lawsuit for $7 million, I left out the fact that he has never paid anything on that $7 million, allegedly. He's still suing the attorneys who were over the case because he believes that they had malpractice. Or I don't know how a lawyer has malpractice, like a doctor, but however it is, he has a lawsuit against him for malpractice. And I guess they're waiting to lose for him to win or lose that before they start paying or whatever, man. Who knows? But based on the news reports that I've seen, it seems like, man, there's a stalemate on that as well. Now, 50 Cent is larger than life still. Huge multimedia following, man. Social media accounts through the roof. Hit TV shows. Rick Ross, larger than life. Just one of the best and biggest artists in the game. You know, he's kind of an elder statesman now, so he's doing his thing on that end. But, man, these dudes are never going to give up on this beef, it seems. And I believe that in the future, we're going to keep getting strays like Lloyd Banks and cats getting pulled into it. Because Lloyd Banks ain't really do anything, man. Lloyd Banks was at his house minding his business. And then Rick Ross said, forget it, man. This is a good time to take a shot at 50 because he lost that lawsuit. And these dudes, man, they stay in court a lot. I mean, they're in court a lot, man. Their lawyers or whatnot might be handling the actual business. But, man, you would think, man, these dudes would get tired of all this mess, man. Especially since both of them used to be, you know, in a legal system for other situations. But other than that, man, I think, man, that Lloyd Banks taking a high road was good. I think it was a good thing for him to do. Try to ease out of this and end it early, man, because Rick Ross and 50 Cent going to be carrying on like this for a while, and why get trapped in the middle of it? Now, with that, this been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And please make sure to hit that notification bell and make sure you're getting all notifications because I like to drop daily content every day. And we out of here. Peace.